One more coming. One more coming.
Guys, all the talk about M2 beta on my M140i, it's only right. I've got an M4 on the channel. You're a madman. You're a madman.
One more coming. One more coming. We want to make money, but don't make accident every single day. We got too much job.
Guys, all the talk about M2 beta on my M140i, it's only right. I've got an M4 on the channel. We're going to be rebuilding this car and we're going to be getting up to all sorts of content. So let's go check it out. Yep. Yeah. Go back. Yeah, that's gone. Yeah. Leave it running, just leave it running. Alrighty guys, we've got an M4 on the bloody channel. Come on, let me step back and say that again. We've got an M4 on the channel. I'm not even gonna open up that yet because I'm happy about what I'm seeing. Let's start with the damage. Look down in there. I was really concerned about this radiator, but this radiator seems, although it's got a bit of damage there, it's not broken and it's not leaking. All of these plastics inside, I can get them. I'll order them from the dealership once that time comes. I'm a bit concerned about in here. I can see that the suspension's got some damage down there and I need to figure out what is actually going on. This wing is gone and the bonnet, although it's not majorly big damage, it's aluminium. And as you can see, it's split right there. And there's gonna be no way of fixing that, so we're gonna have to get a new bonnet. Have a look at this side. The side skirt, almost saved it, but it's gone right at the tip right there. And this passenger side door has not got any damage. Passenger side rear quarter has not got any damage. And then just come back on that side, everything is all good. On the rear of the car, it's got some nice big aftermarket exhaust tips. I don't know what they've done with the exhaust. I will be searching, but this looks like real carbon on this diffuser, and it's got the carbon lip to match. And I just like, tell me what you think of the color. It's like a silvery, bluey color, and I'm very happy but have a look at the bonnet. It's got the carbon fiber bonnet that you get on the M3s and the M4s, and I'm very happy about that. So guys, this is one of those situations, if you remember in one of my previous videos, I told you about this Top Don jump starter, and trust me, this has done the trick to get the car running. However, I've got a whole bunch of issues up there and a whole bunch of codes. We'll get to that later, but come on. We got an M4 on the channel. Like, how sick is that? Like, how could I top my M135i? Well, I went and got an M4, and this is gonna, trust me, just stay tuned to see what's coming on this car. We gotta rebuild it, and I'm gonna start by showing you all the damage that's on this car. So let's start right now. On the rear of the car, have a look at that reg. I quite like it, but it didn't come with the car. It's just the plates. But if anyone knows that reg or recognizes that reg, get in touch. I wanna hear the story of how this car was crashed. But there's no damage on the rear. Everything on the rear looks in immaculate condition, and you could tell like someone's taken care of this car. There's bits of polish and stuff, and they've been cleaning it up and stuff. So it's a real unfortunate mishap for them, but it's a positive for me here at Salvage Nation. Look at the alloys. Now tell me what you think of the alloys. Some people don't like them, I quite like them. And look at the sizes, those brake calipers back there. That is going to be some serious stopping power, but we might be able to upgrade them. You never know. I don't know what the plan is for this car, but all I know is going to be epic, and we're going to have fun whilst doing it. I've just realized it's got the Michelin Pilot Sport. On my M135i, I've got the Michelin Super Sports. I'm told that the Super Sports is they're a bit harder than the Pilot Sport, and the Pilot Sport, they're just a little bit softer, gives you a little bit more fun, a little bit more grippy, a little bit more sticky. But if you guys, I want to know, let me know in the comments down below, which one is better, the Pilot Sports or the Super Sports? Coming around to this passenger, coming around to the driver's side, once again, no issues right there on the rear quarter. On the rear quarter, the driver's door is fine, driver's wing is fine, everything is fine on this side. Headlight is working, and that brings us back to the front of the car. We're gonna check out the interior, but before we do, I wanna show you the engine. Oh, it's locked, need to open it. Look at that, look at that. Someone's gone ahead and done all of this jazz. I don't know how I feel about that. Let me know in the comments what you think of this. But once again, if anyone recognizes this setup, any companies, or if you're the previous owner, get in touch, I wanna see. It's got an uprated oil filter casing. I don't know how deep that goes. I don't know if there's any other upgrades, but we will be digging into this and we'll be checking out the rest of the car very, very soon. I quite like this. I don't know if this is an uprated intercooler or if that's just a cover that goes on there, but it looks quite nice. I made sure I topped up all the coolant inside before I started the car. The fan is working, the oil is good, everything on the engine seems to be fine. And have a look, this top chassis arm is completely fine, there's no damage there. And with the bonnet open, we can kind of see a little bit more of the damage. I'm really happy. Down in there, if you can see, the chassis leg is fine, hasn't got any issues there. The front reinforcement is okay, except for the end. So we should be able to get away with just removing 1 and 2 screws and changing out this bad boy and getting all of that sorted. It's a shame about the bumper because the damage is literally just like that much left on the damage on the bumper. And because of that, we're gonna have to get a completely new bumper. I don't know how much that's gonna cost, but we'll be getting that. So let's take you into the car. It's very, very clean. I'm very happy with what I've seen. It's got these lovely M4 sport seats. On the rear, I had to jack it up so I can put the booster in, because a little secret, when the car came, we couldn't get into the rear, and I know that on these BMWs, there's a big bunch of cables that runs down there, and it's one of the big main red wires that provides power for the rest of the car from the battery in the boot. So I just tapped in right there, gave the car power just to open the boot, and then we got into the boot. But have a look inside. As you can see, the airbags have gone off on the car. It's really interesting. It's a category S, but I still haven't seen any category S kind of damage. I want to remove that passenger wheel down there and see what's going on, but check it out. It's got the Harman Kardon audio. It's got that lovely black heated seats, as I said, and the rest of the car is just very clean. I really like this carbon effect. I don't know if it's carbon effect or real carbon, but it does look nice and deep, and it looks like real carbon. So that might have been a jackpot right there. I want to know if this car's been remapped or if it's had any work, because have a look at the steering. So I've been doing a lot of work with VPEX trims. When I found out that I won this car, I told him I thought that the steering was going to be just a regular steering, but it looks like someone's had it done already, but it's a bit tatty. So I'm still gonna go reach out to Valentino and see what he can do with that. But other than that, everything's fine. It's got this massive screen. I thought it was the touch screen, but it's not the touch screen. I think this one is touch though. It's got this massive screen. All of that is working. I'm very happy up there. The car has only covered 54,000 miles, and for a 2015 car, 54,000 on the clock. It's got 2 owners. That is a result. I'm very happy about that. Everything else on the car is nice and clean. That is just really good carbon. I can't get past that carbon. It looks almost 3D, like the resin and then the different layers down below. It really has that 3D effect. But I'm very happy. So we're going to be gutting out this. We should be able to retain all of this trim, and I'll be gutting out this old dashboard and replacing it with a new dashboard. But that is in a later episode. Alright, so guys, so we're in the new M4, and before I continue ragging and starting and doing any madness with the engine, I want to just connect it to the diagnostic tool, see what's going on, delete all the codes. I'm pretty sure it's going to be filled with codes. I normally like to delete the codes and see what's left, and once I know what's left, then I know what's going on with the car. So and then once I read the codes that are left, then I can have a better understanding of what's going on with the car. So let's get everything connected up, and then I'm going to show you what I'm left with. Alright guys, so like you've just seen just now, as soon as I deleted some of those codes, the RPMs dropped massively, and now it's nice and, hold on, let me just, so guys, as soon as I cleared all of those codes, the RPMs dropped and it's idling nice and smooth now. Before it was idling just above 1, and it was kind of idling very high, and I'm just left with a few codes. But for now, I think the car has warmed up enough. It's been running all the while that I've been talking to you guys, so let me put you down. I want to give it a few revs and I want to see how it's up. Now, I don't know what they've done with the exhaust, but I'm not a fan of it. Let me know what you think of the exhaust, but me personally, I'm not a fan of it. We will be changing that. We will be doing something quite nice with the exhaust, but you let me know what you think. Let me know what you think I should do. So guys, there we have it. We found the issue. So it's completely sliding. And as you can see, it's not broken, but it's let go at the ball joint right there. All right guys, so luckily and unluckily, first thing, luckily the suspension leg is intact. It hasn't been damaged. Everything there is nice and good. I guess this is why they called it a Cat S, because the wheel kind of snapped, went backwards and banged onto this section and got that little tear right there onto the chassis or the body of the car, because other than that, there's no other chassis leg. There's no other chassis damage. Everything in there is fine. Everything in there is fine. I can't see anything that's wrong down in there. But the positive, another positive is, as you can see, this is the control arm that snapped. Well, technically it hasn't snapped, it's just let go from the ball joint. I'm gonna give EU Parts a call now to see if they've got that in stock. I'll be switching this, and hopefully we might be able to get a first drive in the first episode. So let me make a phone call, see what's going on. Hello mate? 6 o'clock. And is it the wavy one on the passenger side? You've got that in stock?
Yeah, not the straight one, the wavy one.
Yeah, the wavy one.
Yeah, left side, yes.
Yeah, left side. All right, I'm coming down now. I'll be there in about 15 minutes. All right, cool. Guys, you heard it first, right on the fly. When I hear it, you hear it. Euro Parts in Stratford, I believe, have got it. So I'm gonna jump in my M135, head down there, get the part, come back, fit it, and hopefully tonight we're gonna get a first drive on the new M4 for the channel. Let's go. Oh, guys, you can't forget the car that started it all out for me on the M series was the M140i, obviously. And this is still my daily driver. If you see me out and about in the blue beast, oh, just give me a ding. Right guys, let's get down to Euro Parts, hopefully get this part and get the car out of there. Alrighty guys, so Just came back from Euro Parts. Well, I'm still not back yet. I got the bit that I need and I'm rushing back to the garage because I want to get that on and I want to give it, even if I just get the car to drive up and down the road, I am happy. So yeah, let's go. But I don't know if you can hear this car, but this M135 with the remat from MHD is pushing about 460 brake. Oh, that sounds so nice, so nice. Anyway, enough gassing, let's get back to the garage. Alright guys, so I'm back with the car, I've got the part, and we're gonna just blitz this out. A lot of people always get in the comments and say, oh, you're doing work on the side of the road. Look, you've seen the video, the car got delivered today. This is where it got delivered, so this is where we've got to do it before we can get it in the garage. And sometimes it is what it is, man. We get to work in the mud wherever, we get it done here on Salvage Nation. So if you think that I shouldn't be doing work on the side of the road, look, this is what I got to do, and I'm doing it, and I must be doing something right. But anyway, we're organic, we are true, we don't make things up. Like, you saw it for yourself, you saw the car come, I checked it out, I made the phone call, I ran down, picked it up, now I'm back, all in a day's work here at Salvage Nation. So I just wanted to point that out. Let's get the car sorted, and I just want to run this car up and down. I think it might have a remap on it, I'll show you why later on, but before we get to that, let's get the part fixed. Right guys, so the weather has switched up on me, it's gone completely dark, but we're still out here, we're working. I've gone ahead and I've replaced the part, I've got the wheel on, let's jack it down and hopefully see if the car's driving. Alright guys, so with all that done, let's start her up. And it's been running ever since I got the car early on today, and the battery's held its charge. So have a look, it just started nice and fine. It's going into drive, no problem. But it just feels crazy. There's so much power. But yeah, it just doesn't feel very stable. So it looks like we've got yet some more work to do. Let's get the car inside. Yeah, baby. What do you think? Yeah? Alright. It says 640. Guys, this car is meant to come with 420-ish from the factory. I reckon it's got a remat because on the screens, when you go to the information on the vehicle, it's saying 640. Let me know in the comments if you think that's a stage 1 or a stage 2 map on there. I know it's not going to be 640 exactly, but it sounds like it's over 500 brake, man. But let me know what you think. If the screen is saying 640, what do you think it is? Guys, I don't know. What do you think of that sound? I think my 135i sounds better, which is the N55. This is the S55 engine. I don't know what they've done to the exhaust, but I believe that my one sounds better. And to prove it, let's go get my car. All right, guys, so you've just heard the BMW M4. Let's hear my pride and joy, Eagles Garage, Salvage Nation, the M135i. So guys, you've heard this, you've heard that. Do it! Come on. My M135 is just too much. Nothing beats that sound. You're a madman. You're a madman. It's too much, man. Guys, this is gonna be joining it soon. But first, we gotta sort out all of this, man. Before we wrap up the video, there's a few more bits that I wanna show you guys that I've found since we brought the car in. And that's why I like to bring the car in the garage in all the light, jack it up and make sure that we found all the work before we go in doing any madness. But how crazy is my BMW M135i? I thought at one point Akil was gonna lose it, but he brought it back. Anyway, we're gonna be having a lot of fun with that car and this car right here. But before we end the episode, I want to show you something else that I found. Check this out. So if you look right up on the have a look at that. That radiator is completely gone. So I'm gonna be ordering that radiator from the dealership. Obviously, I need a new front bumper. I need a new bonnet. I need a new wing. I've fixed the suspension or the control arm as you've seen earlier, but it still looks like it's slightly in a little bit. So I've got a supplier and I'm just gonna get the complete suspension corner and just fix that and get this out. But like I showed you earlier, it's saying 640 on the dash. I wanna know, let me know in the comments if you think that's a remat. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it is. I just wanna know which stage it is. But we're gonna be bringing this car back to life. So if you wanna see how we get on with this car, make sure you smash that subscribe button. Make sure you smash the like button if you've liked this episode. And this is where we're gonna head off. So like I always say, guys, keep it moving, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Guys, thank you for watching. Click here to see what YouTube thinks you should watch. Click here to watch one of my previous episodes. And like it said there, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. We out.